better with the song. Making each day better with the song. Making each day better with the song. Making each day better one song at a time. Making each day better with the song. Making each day better with the song. Making each day better with the song. Making each day better one song at a time on Daily Antidote of Song. Woo! My little Richard in there. Good morning, Grand Rising. We have a treasured elder amongst us, whom I will now ask again, may I please have permission to speak?
Of course.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Hey, everybody. Great morning, grand rising to us all. I am Arne. I'm your host for this Tuesday morning edition of Daily Antidote of Song, which is lovingly brought to you every single day by those wonderful folks over at Carpe Diem Arts. Today is April 19th, 2022. It's day 7. I'll see it. I'll see it. Okay, Arlene, I see your fingers. 7. Do your fingers again, Arlene. 7-4. 744. Good grief. 744. We are celebrating the beginning of year 3. Give ourselves a hand. Let's give ourselves a hand for building this incredible community at this really difficult time. Our special guest this morning is a very venerated and highly esteemed creative spirit. You can't help but love him. He is going to entertain and enlighten and elevate us all. And we will get to him after I say greetings to the Facebook Live family. Okay, so say hi, Facebook Live family. Happy you're here. Happy you're here. Join us on this side one day if you can. I think my friend Satara is over there in Facebook Live. So if you are, I'm sending it out to you. And then let's wave at each other. To the rumors in the Zoomers, the Zoomers in the room. The Zoomers, the Zoomers in the room. Y'all know what I mean. And then I'm going to start with my hellos to, of course, Jojo Rossi, who is somewhere in the world today. Let's send love to her. Busy Graham, we got Anna, we got Diane, and then our Zoom guru, Katie. Give a hand to Katie, y'all. So happy you're here joining us. Thank you. All right. I want to spend time talking to our guests, so let me get through this real quickly with the rumors in the Zoom. The Zoomers in the room on this booming afternoon. Okay, I'm so glad to see Katie. So glad to see Baba James Harkless. So glad to see Arlene in Berkeley. Good morning. She up this morning too. And there's Becky in BC. And Bronwyn in BC. Y'all right next door to each other. There's Annette. I see you. A good morning. Good morning, Brian McLaughlin. And then there's, someone in Suffolk. Jenny in Suffolk, UK. Deborah in Kentucky. Oh, I love when you're up dancing. And Sheila in Florida. And Pauline in Newcastle, UK. Deli. Hey, Deli. Good to see you. And there's my friend Carolyn. 744 days. Wow. And we're going to come back and feature you. Oh, my goodness. Okay. There's Cricket. On Kathy on the iPad. And Sue Sean. And Susan G. That quilt, y'all. That quilt, I just gotta say, give it up to her, the quilt. Come on. Woo! So good to see you. And there's Don and the curly tops. I said Don and the curly tops. Dan in Vienna, Virginia. Sarah Page in Texas. And Simke in Maryland. And my friend Bonnie in Boise. And Susan Miller in Seattle. and Kathleen in Albuquerque. And there's Mabel and the Bears in Massachusetts, the birthday bears. And there's Steve and company in Silver Spring. I see you. Christiana and Bob in Maryland. That's right. Hold that 744 high. Luda in Victoria. Luda always giving me so much love. Thank you. And Kate in Charlottesville. And Jim in New York City. And Gary with all the solutions. And Busy Graham, here she is. And Ralph in Victoria. And Nancy, I don't see the moo cow, but it's immortalized in the quilt. And there's Storm. Storm is rocking her birthday hat. I love it. And Jaden. Hey, Jaden. Carpe diem. Amanda and Miles. Good morning to you. Oh, I see something. We're going to come back and spotlight you. And Harriet Dart in Illinois. And Aloysius all over the world intergalactically. And there's Jamie in Victoria. And Kirsten. Hi. And there's another curly top. All right. I see you down there. Oh, I love it. And there's Jane in Texas, and Ann in Maryland, Lynn and Lynn in Vermont, and there's Dick and Kathy in Victoria, BC. Hey, y'all. Loriana and friends. And there's LMG, Carol in Connecticut, Kate wandering the world, Sandy in North Carolina, Susan in Maryland, Amos, I see you, and Adrian and Kaja and Gwen and Lily and Leslie in Ithaca, Linda in Massachusetts, and then there's 2C. Everybody, body, everybody, body. Welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song. Woo! All right. If there are any new people in the room today, please feel free to identify yourself in the chat, just your first name, where you're visiting from, and how you found Daily Antidote of Song. Okay, y'all, we are at day 744, celebrating the amazing year 3 of Daily Antidote of Song. Our guest, I got to take a breath. He is a highly revered record-setting pioneer that I am so honored to be able to speak with today. As a 17-year-old young man, he became one of 4 pioneers for racial and ethnic diversity at Harvard University, where he earned his AB degree in history. He followed that with a JD from Harvard Law School. He went on from chief clerk at the Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court to becoming general counsel for a subcommittee of the U.S. House Education and Labor Committee. Ultimately, he became a hugely prominent attorney and distinguished labor dispute arbiter. The CV is long. There's Africare. There's so many things. But within all of those groundbreaking achievements, music remained a prominent part of his life. For many years, his rich baritone voice was featured as part of the very popular Friday Morning Music Club concert series. If anybody out here has ever attended that Friday Morning Music Club, tell us about it in the chat. He is a founding member of the Washington Revels Jubilee Voices. He sits on the Carpe Diem Arts Council. He is a busy, busy man. And full confession, he is my daily antidote crush. And today is his birthday! His birthday! So I'm wearing red in his honor. If you already knew. So if you have your birthday messages for him, please put your name in the chat so we can come back around and grab you and Katie can know to spotlight you. 91 times around the sun. I feel like we should open up the mic just so everybody can cheer. Maybe we'll do that at the end. Daily Antidoters, please give a rousing welcome to our own Baba James Harkless. Baba James!
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for your. I can't respond to your uh, greetings in the chat, but I'm responding now in person. I really appreciate it. Uh,
This is
I
such an honor. How are you today? How are you feeling today?
I'm doing okay. I'm, uh, this is my 91st birthday.
Wow. Incredible. Incredible. So tell us about the song that you have chosen to share on this, your 91st birthday.
Well, I'm going to do something very unusual for the DAS. And I was talking with Joe some time ago about myself and how I had thought about what I might do when I retired. And one of the things that I had thought about was singing Cole Porter songs. And so I've always talked about love because love on the DAS and love to me is the most important aspect of our lives. Love for ourselves and love for each other. And so this is going to be something light. What is this thing called love?
Beautiful. Beautiful.
What is this thing called love? This funny thing called love. Just who can solve its mystery? Why should it make a fool of me? I saw you there one wonderful day. You took my heart and threw it away. That's why I ask the Lord in heaven above, what is this thing called love? What is this thing called love? This funny thing called love. Just who can solve its mystery? Why should it make such a fool of me? I saw you there one wonderful day. You took my heart, but you threw it away. That's why I ask the Lord in heaven above, what is this thing called love?
Oh, my stars, everybody. Crooning. Crooning from Baba James on this morning. So I need to know, did you ever figure it out? What is this thing called love? In your 91 years, have you figured it out yet, sir?
Well, as I said as I started, it it operates throughout for us, and those of us who are. I hope everyone is fortunate enough to have it. It begins with your parents or your caregivers. They're the ones who give you that feeling of
Yeah. I'm glad you
goodness
mentioned that.
about yourself.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. You're from
You have to,
Detroit.
yeah,
You're,
you have to love yourself, and if once you have that, from my point of view, you're invincible, uh, and you are also able to share it with others.
yes, yes, yes.
Those who are the troublemakers in our society don't like themselves. That's that's the problem is they don't like themselves and they take it out on others.
That's a great observation, sir. That's a great observation. Thank you for that wonderful crooning love song this morning. I want to take you back for a bit. You grew up in Detroit. You are a junior, James Harkless Jr. Can you tell us a little bit about James Harkless Sr. and maybe his influence on your evolution as a Renaissance man, which is that's what you are.
Well, my uh, father, I guess I haven't done it on the Daily Antidote Song. There was a birthday celebration that the Jubilee Voices did that I talked about my father. My father was born in 1890, uh, and his father, so far as I know, I found out even more recently. I thought his father was born in the 1850s, but he was born. A friend of mine has found out that he was born in 1840 in Alabama. Uh, at least my father was born in Alabama, in Downs, Alabama, which is about 25 miles from Tuskegee, on a cotton farm. Of course, my grandfather was a slave, and I don't know where my father got the name James McConnell Harkless,
It's so
but
distinguished.
I'm named after him. I, he attended Tuskegee Institute when Booker T. Washington, it was now Tuskegee University, when Booker T. Washington was alive. He was in the class of 1914.
Wow.
And Booker T. Washington's philosophy was to teach descendants of slaves to have skills and to go into business, but he also had a very good liberal arts education. He was trained to be a millwright, and in the summers he was going up to Detroit to work in the automobile industry, and then he decided he would move there. I have a picture of the class. His class was about 75 uh, males and females. They're individual photos, and they're from all over the United States. One person's from Jamaica, Virgin Islands. Several of them went to Detroit, as he did. So I knew them as a as a child, and each of them has where they're from. And my father, under his picture, has Detroit, Michigan. He didn't put Downs, Alabama, Alabama because he was going to get the hell out of Downs, which he
Um,
did.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did. And so,
And their class motto was "Climb though the rocks be rugged."
ooh, climb though the rocks be rugged. Keep going. And so that was embedded in you.
Well, yes. Growing up, I have two older sisters who are no longer with me, but they were 12 and 10 years older than myself. So uh, I was a blessing when I came along. And my mother was from Texas. She was from a different background, from Houston, Texas, born in 1894. Her parents in went to Houston in 1890 uh, on a ranch from Sweetwater, Texas, where her older sisters and brother had been brought up in Sweetwater. Uh, and they had a completely different background.
Wow. But they
Uh,
came together and here you are.
in Detroit, they met in Detroit.
All right. So somewhere in all of this, you're being James Harkless Jr. Um, Friday, May 25th, 1951. I want you to take us back there. You were elected to serve as president of the Harvard Glee Club during your junior year.
Oh,
You were
where
the.
did you get that date?
I told you he was my crush. Okay, I'm not a stalker though. I'm not a stalker. All right, just be clear. You were the first black ever in the history of that club, which dated back to the 1800s. How did that happen?
Well, when I went to Harvard in 1948, I joined the Glee Club. I was the only African American member of the Glee Club. And while I was there, our conductor, G. Wallace Woodworth, he was actually quite good friends of John Work. Uh, I think it was I can't remember whether he was at Fisk or at Tuskegee at that time. And he uh, was able to recruit another a black student who became a graduate student at Harvard in music, and he became the other African American member of the Glee Club.
Wow.
and and we were extremely good to Glee Club. We sang all kinds of music, including some spirituals. one of my solos was My Lord, What a Morning.
Oh my good. Can we get a bit of it?
My Lord, what a morning. My Lord, what a morning. My Lord, what a morning. When the stars begin to fall.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Did you do every time I feel the spirit
No,
moving?
no, we didn't do that one.
You do that one? Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna
We
tell.
spirituals were a very small part of our repertoire.
I understand.
Actually, one of the, our great moments was we sang Stravinsky's Oedipus Rex, and I was the narrator. I actually won the Boston Speaking Prize.
Well, we're gonna talk about that in a minute. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. But hold up, before you do that, before you go there, I want to share this. Can y'all see this? Is this familiar to you, sir?
Yes, very familiar.
So the date on this is December 6th, 1951. I think is that Bob Satterfield? But the on the cover, Harvard's Negro Student Leaders. And then we go here, and there's your colleague, Walter Carrington.
He's my best friend.
Wow. And then they mention here James Harkless is president of the Glee Club. They also mention William Simmons. And then we go here. And speaking of you, as president of the 150 member Glee Club, James Harkless, a Detroiter and junior history major, presides over one of the largest and most popular activities at Harvard. His duties involve arranging for off campus concert appearances of the choral group, which has been in continuous existence at Harvard since 1858. And who's this person right here?
Uh, well, that's the conductor, G. Wallace Woodworth, with myself.
Woody Woodward. There he is. Look at you. Look at everybody. Come on, look at this. Dapper dude right there. I'm telling you. Wow. This is incredible. You all can find this in the Jet archives. You know, I'm a fan. I'm not a stalker. I promise you that. Um, so, in addition to the very active life on campus that you had with the Glee Club, you were part of the Boylston Elocution Finals. So you were just starting to talk about that.
Well, I won the speaking prize one year, and I was actually the next year. That's an interesting thing because I you gave someone else's speech. I gave a speech by Wendell Phillips, who is now abolitionist, and I won the contest. The next year, I decided I would do some things from God's Trombones, James Weldon Johnson's God's Trombones, and one of them is the prayer, Listen, Lord. Uh, and it's a wonderful collection of poems. But I was in the finals, but I didn't win the prize. I think that was a little bit ahead of the time.
Mm,
And I did it in a way that a black preacher would have, Oh Lord, we come this morning, etc., etc.
man, if it was YouTube back then, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Well, let's continue this train of thought. Great baritones, because you're baritone. Paul Robeson, Lawrence Brown, Julius Bledsoe. Um, Give us your thoughts about William Caesar Warfield.
Well, actually, Warfield was a great singer, but my thoughts, he's not a major figure. And Robeson is my two heroes. Robeson is my personal hero, uh, and he had a lot of influence on me. I think the last time I was on the Daily Antidote of Song. I sang actually an English folk song that he had sung at a concert
Yeah.
in 1945 in Detroit. Oh, John, no, John.
Right.
Uh, uh, but of course, his spirituals were wonderful that he sang.
Absolutely.
Joshua at the Battle of Jericho, uh, and many other, uh, many thousand gone, many, many spirituals. And he, had, he had a great, I saw him in Othello also. He was the
Man.
epitome of Othello. I, I think that was in 1944, probably, when I saw him in that. So I, and then later on, actually, he came to Harvard in 1950 and spoke. And so I had a chance to see him then.
Oh my goodness. Did you have any personal contact with him?
Not at that time. No, I never had any personal contact with him.
Okay. How about Robert McFerrin?
Well, McFerrin, of course, was the first African American male, and actually the first African American who had a full contract with the Metropolitan Opera. Uh, and my very good friend, whose birthday was yesterday, George Shirley, who lived across the street from me,
I was going to ask you about George
uh,
Irving. Yep.
and, and he celebrated his 88th birthday yesterday. Um, and he was the first tenor, black tenor, with. And I had the honor of actually studying with Mattie Wilder Dobbs,
Mm.
who uh, had a contract the same year as McFerrin. She was the second African American member of the Metropolitan Opera who's doesn't get she doesn't people don't know her and her voice. She had one of the most beautiful
Say her
color
name again.
terror voices.
Say her name again. Say her name again.
Mattie Wilder Dobbs. She's from a famous Dobbs family in Atlanta, Georgia. Uh, uh, Maynard Jackson is her nephew, the first black mayor of Atlanta. He's the son of one of her sisters. The Dobbs family is very well known, and she's in the Georgia Music Hall of Fame, as is uh, the great soprano Jesse Norman, who is
Yes.
from Augusta, Georgia.
Wow. Wow. Baba James, did you ever consider a professional career in music?
Well, I had to make a choice. One of my most memorable experiences was singing in my senior year at the home of Roland Hayes.
Whoa.
I was fortunate to be he invited me to sing for him, and his accompanist was accompanying my. He was a pianist, the accompanist at my voice lessons, and he arranged for me to sing for Roland Hayes. And he sent me a very nice letter afterwards and encouraged me. I wasn't as sophisticated as I should have been, and I thought about becoming a professional singer. I applied for a grant from the John Hay Whitney Fellowship, and I didn't even mention Roland Hayes, which I should have.
Wow. And for
And
those who don't know, for those
I
who
didn't
don't
get
know,
I didn't get the fellowship, and I decided the safer route in those days anyway was to go to law school.
I get it. I get it. And you excel there. But for those who don't know who Roland Hayes is, he's a great concert performer. Um, and your connection with him, again, remind us?
Well, I sang for him at his home in Brookline Village, Massachusetts. That's where he lived in his later years. He started as a professional. He left the Fisk Jubilee Singers in Boston when they were singing in Boston in the early 1900s and started his. He was quite an entrepreneur, but he actually arranged his first concert at Boston Symphony Hall on his own, and in the 20s and 30s he was the most successful black classical singer before Marian Anderson.
That's right. That's right.
And many people don't know, and it's a lost gem in history that in 1930 or 31 he sang at Constitution Hall, uh, and it was a segregated audience. He did not want to sing before segregated audience, but he decided that it was more important to sing there. And after letting him sing there, they then wouldn't let anybody else
Right.
sing, and
Exactly.
they refused to let Marian Anderson sing
That's right. That's
several
right.
years later.
Until Eleanor Roosevelt intervened. Wow. Your story, sir. They're written down or they're oral histories. You've got such a wealth of knowledge. What ways are you sharing this?
The only way I'm sharing it is there are I'm sharing it with you and others. I've been interviewed. Some of my You can Google me. At least one of my interviews is on Google. Uh,
But I'm saying these personal stories, like your Paul Robeson, Roland Hayes, Matilda Dobbs, George Irving Shirley, your fellow Detroiter, um, who's still amongst us, as you said. You
yes,
just,
George is. I actually he sang it here in Washington D.C. just a few weeks ago. He was honored by the Duke Ellington School of Performing Arts, which is our high school in D.C. And he sang with their chorus. There is a balm in Gilead, which is one of my favorite songs. Also, I did get a chance to see him at the reception afterwards, and George is just a wonderful person. Uh, uh, I was kidding him because I said, George, I was looking for you on YouTube to, when you sang "It Ain't Necessarily So," which is one of unusual song for him. And he said, "Well, Jim, I think if you look for it, you," and I was able to find it again. I recommend it for any. Well, just seeing him on YouTube, he has many operatic arias, but to to see him sing it ain't necessarily so. It's just to me, it's wonderful. I actually put it on Facebook.
okay, so we need to go to your Facebook page then and find it.
Well, I'm not sure you can find it now, but
Okay, all right. Do a little digging, we can find it. I'm going to ask you about one other singer and maybe his influence on your life in some way. Nathaniel Adams Coles. Everyone
I
knows
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Nat King Cole.
Oh, not King Kong.
Gotcha. I got you,
Ah,
James.
ah, well,
He was a
I
pop singer. He was a pop
yes,
singer.
yes, and he was a good singer, but I I've been mainly interested in classical music and spirituals in my earlier years, and pop music was not a major part of my life.
Wow, wow.
I enjoyed it. Actually, when I was growing up, my favorite singer was Billy Eckstein.
Oh, Mr.
And
B, Mr. B.
when I was a senior in high school, his band, he had a band for only a couple of years, and I went to hear the band at Orchestra Hall, and this very thin black young lady got up to sing, and as soon as she opened her mouth, I could tell she was going to be a star, and that was Miss Sarah Vaughan. And she was only about 18 or 19 years old then. And,
Baba James, we got to get some oral histories from you. We got to get some oral histories from you. We just have to. Sir, I could. talk to you. I want to talk to you for a long time, but our time here is limited. Would you please be so kind as to revisit that Cole Porter song that you brought forward? What is this thing called? Love. Put the lyrics in. Everybody on mute with Baba James singing. We can
Can
sing.
I can I change it though? I'm going to be on a more serious tone.
Okay.
And the last time I was on DAS, I mentioned my favorite hymn, "Come Down, O Love Divine," and I'll end with that. Come, come down, O love divine. Seek thou the soul of mine, and visit it with thine own ardor glowing. O Comforter, draw near, within my heart appear, and kindle it thy holy flame bestowing, and let it freely burn till earthly passions turn to dust and ashes in its heat consuming. And let thy glorious light shine ever on my sight, and clothe me round the while my path illuming. And so the yearning strong with which the soul will long shall far outpass the power of human telling. For none can guess love's grace till they become a place wherein the Holy Spirit makes a dwelling.
Mm. And of course, you chose an Italian song. Of course, you did. Bianco di Siena. Mm. Baba James, we are so blessed and so honored to be celebrating this your 91st birthday with you. Everybody who has a happy birthday sign, we need to put you up in the let's put you forward in, yeah, while I sing happy, happy birthday, Baba James. Doom, 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 doom. We're so happy to be with you. Doom, 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 doom. Happy birthday, Baba James. Doom, 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 doom. So glad to spend your birthday with you. Doom, 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 doom. Happy birthday, Baba James. Doom, 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 doom. We hope you have many more. Boom, 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 boom. Happy birthday, Baba James. Boom, 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 boom. We love you, and that's for sure. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, that's a quilt. Oh, incredible. Incredible. Can we just have those birthday tributes coming by and spotlight it? Oh, I didn't. That's incredible, Susan. Thank you so much. Arlene, I see
Thank
yours.
you very much, Susan.
Oh my goodness. Incredible art. Bonnie, I saw, was that a cupcake you had? The curly tops had something. Kathy's iPad had something. Carolyn, I think it's a kitty cat. Annette, I see yours. Mabel and the Bears have something. Oh my goodness. Sarah Page. Storm. Christiana. Oh my goodness. Christiana and Bob. Hold on. We need to spotlight this. Hold on. Oh, I can't do it. They've got a photo. Can you please spotlight Christiana and Bob? Put your hands up. Christiana and Bob, put your hands up so we can go right to you. Oh my goodness. Incredible. Incredible. All right. Well, it's just too much going on. Oh, and I've got a class at 10 o'clock. Okay. Everyone, so grateful that you are here today in celebration of this wonderful day. We got a crooning song. We got an Italian hymn. What more could we ask for on this very special day? How you gonna celebrate, Papa Jim? What you gonna do the rest of the day?
Well, I'm going to take it easy today. I'm going to have lunch with, I mean, lunch tomorrow with a very good friend.
Okay, all right. And I'm just, in awe and thankful for your time. And I really would like to spend some time talking with you, but we'll do that off. And I'm not a stalker. I promise. I'm not a stalker. I'm really not. Okay.
I'm not worried. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. I really, it's so wonderful, so heartwarming. You're wonderful people.
Everyone, let's show our collective appreciation for Baba James Harkless. Baba James, thank you so much for sharing your time, your talents, your wisdom, your memories, your heart, your truth, your artistry. Um, Eternally grateful to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Arne. You are terrific.
Oh, wow. Everybody, let's just take a collective breath on this. This is a good day. This is a good day. And let's see, coming up on this Thursday, there is a community sing, a daily antidote community sing. So make sure you're here for that. And before I say the final goodbyes, let me again extend an invitation to any new people who are here in the room today for your very first time. Please put your name in the chat, where you're coming from, and how you found Daily Antidote on this day 744. 744. Was that a plane? 744? I can't remember now. I can't remember. We're sending a special shout out of love to Joe Rossi and to our own Katie. Let's give Katie a hand, y'all. Give Katie a hand. 747. I knew it was a 740 something. Okay. I haven't been on a plane since, gosh, I can't even remember the last time. Um, let's say goodbye to our Facebook Live family. Thank you, Facebook Live family. Thanks for being here.